So, essentially a diary moment because, first of all, I almost went to go wash my face and go to sleep without showing my vibe today, and I'm like, that was gonna be not okay. That would have been upsetting to me. Um, yeah, that's all. I mean, I could just stop here and be like, today was a good day. Today was a very good day in my life. Today was a day when I today I experience what it's like to have space around you when you're walking in the world in a society that always tries to make you into a second class citizen. And I was singing rock music. It was like I found this key earlier in the day through following like my flow, I guess you could call it. And it happened because I was like, I don't trust anything and I don't trust anyone. And I remembered that when I was watching this like Native American Hopi prophecy video. So this thing keeps happening where like I don't know how much time I have on my phone right now because I don't know if I deleted that video. But this thing keeps happening. I have a morning sequence that I do, right now. And so like I eat my breakfast, I give myself a certain amount of time. And by the time I'm done with breakfast, I still have time left over. And during that time left over, what's been happening is the internet somehow inadvertently gives me some interesting video that I wouldn't have like looked for. I wouldn't even have known to look for it. And today it happened again, and I'm like, it's just getting more and more like interesting because it's like I wasn't looking at anything related to Native Americans. I wasn't looking at anything related to any prophecy. I wasn't looking at anything like that at all. And then like it still like gave me this video, and I was like, and it gave me a bunch of videos that were like that. They were like Hopi prophecy, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know, it's like there's like a synchronization happening with the world and me, and I'm super into it like through the internet. And I was like, well, there's so many of these videos being suggested, like I'm just gonna fucking look at it like just for a few minutes, even though I'm not really interested in this, like I don't know what this is about. And so I watched the video, and I'm like, at first I'm like, like I have respect for like native spiritual traditions, especially like ancient ones. And I was like, first like hearing like the story of like the Great Spirit telling the Native Americans that like the white man was gonna come and like take their land and all this stuff. And then like, and at first it seemed like it was gonna go in some like, like a somber, like like respectful kind of like the wisdom of like the non-violent like nature-based spiritualities kind of thing. But then like the video, which was like a PBS video, so it wasn't like a totally random, I don't know what made this video, and I was like, and then like it was just like these people, these like Native American people describing different atrocities they actually experienced. And I was listening to it and I was like, look now, bitch. There was just a switch inside of me where like I was like, look, fucker, like I'm done with the biblical God description. I just reached a point where I'm done with your fucking God description too, because this great spirit had the ability to fucking not have you go through that. Like I'm not, it's like it's the same shit, bitch. It's the demiurge, whether it's that or it's that. It's the same way that it's laying down in my consciousness, and I'm not okay that this happened to you. Like it just felt like the same thing that I was talking about, like lab rats in a lab. There's a scientist that's a higher intelligence, doesn't care about your experience enough to prevent it, doesn't love you, doesn't respect you, doesn't care about you. And the second that happened, something inside of me like really shifted because I did not expect that to happen, and I've always had like this like regard and like like respect for like all like ancient spiritualities that are like traditional, and today I like became free from that or something. I was like, this doesn't mean fucking shit to me. I don't care if it's your traditional shit. You still were not cared for. I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else. I'm hearing a tiny bit of like what the fuck you went through, and I'm like, you shouldn't have gone through that. And then I have a book on my bookshelf literally that's like about the genocide of the Native American people at the hands of the European colonizers. I've read like 7 pages of it, and I'm already just like, oh, this is like Night by Elie Wiesel. This is the same shit. Like, so like since I have that information as well, I'm like super like rooted in knowledge of like what the people went through. So it's not like a story to me, like in a Disney style way or in like a like a fucking like what's it called? Like the Academy Awards. Like it's not like a story in that like it's not a story in that like detached kind of like artful way. I'm like, I read what happened to those kids. No fucking great spirit is gonna get away from my fucking justice rage because this fucking shit happened to you. I don't give a fuck what you call it. You may be okay with it, but I'm not okay with it on your behalf. So all of this has like pissed me off, and I'm like, I don't trust anything, I don't trust anyone, in the sense that like nothing gets my regard or like what's it called when you're like like I'm like, I don't trust nothing. I'm like, I don't know what, I don't trust anything and I don't trust anyone. And the second that happened, I was like, fuck all this shit. Nothing is sacred in the sense of like, this deserves my trust or this deserves me listening to it or this deserves me regarding it. I'm like, no, I don't trust anything and I don't trust anyone. I know nothing and I need to respect that. I'm like, if I don't know, then I don't go. I'm not interested. And then like this thing happened. I was like, well, if I don't trust anything, then like, I feel like listening to White Spider by Marilyn Manson. It was a very clear like thing, and I'm like, well, that's weird because I was just super Christian a few months ago, so like that's a no no. But like this Hope You Prophecy video thing like got me to this place where I was like, I'm done with everything, bitch. And it wasn't a despair thing. It was just like a vibe of like total clarity. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go listen to that song, and I did. And then this like torrent of energy passed through me, and I felt really like tuned like an instrument, like a musical instrument. I felt harmony with my own right mind or something, like my own actual essential core self, like that experienced everything that I've experienced. I felt like I actually came back to myself. I felt like I was resonant with some kind of really like clean, clear, like truthful, correct energy, and I felt such like life power go through me. And I was like, Marilyn Manson is not supposed to be making me feel like this. And it's like, who said? Who said that? You feel me? And I'm like, right, this is the music that you survived on when you were like, I can't survive this. Right. You know? And so I was like, okay. And then I was like, fine, fuck it. Like, I don't trust anything. I don't trust anyone. And then I was like, now I'm going to listen to AFI. I'm going to listen to, and I listened to some AFI song. I forget which one. Same thing. I had all this like power and like oh, here I am, like my body, like physically I was like, oh, like I feel like I feel like aligned with myself, like stepped into my own like you know skin. I feel like I felt like I was like I'm like, this is my right mind, like this is my mind, this is not a mind that I was forced into through religious people, kind of like socially affecting me. This is not me being scared and like mindless and voiceless and like so scared. I've entered like a fugue state because I'm like, everyone around me is this dominant culture and they think of me in a second what's it called, second rate, second class like way, and I don't know what to do because like I can't fix them, and I'm one person who's like me. And like I literally like snapped back into myself, and it was like the power of all these people, the pressure of society went away, and I was like, what is this power? And then I was doing stuff during the day, and then I was like, I feel like going for a walk. I'm gonna listen to rock music and go for a walk because that's what I used to do for many years to feel like I don't even know what to call it. It's like these like art walks. I'm like, oh, I'm an artist. Like, oh, like I'm like a creative. Like, oh, I'm like a romantic. Oh, I'm like a spirit that like feels and I'm deep and I have like a rare sense ability sensibility. I have a rare sensibility. I'm like perceptive and thoughtful, and I feel a lot about. I feel the world. Like I'm that kind of person, right? And I've forgotten or something, you know. So I would go for these walks and I would listen to music, and it would usually be rock music, and like I forgot the power of rock music, and I realized very clearly like rock music is how you talk about the darkness, like that's it's it was just like incredible. And it was like Aerials by System of a Down. That's my first song. I'm gonna walk out the building, and that's what I'm gonna be listening to. And I had so much fun. I had so much fun. I walked outside, and I looked just and like I don't know. I feel kind of weird. I feel like everyone's forgotten about like the artfulness and the soulfulness and the like spiritual like presence of rock music. Like, and I had this moment. I was walking, and I was like, this is when I knew Orthodox Christianity was bullshit because they don't allow their parishioners to sing in church. And I was like, how the fuck are you gonna talk about God? Like your conception of like the intelligence and like high fucking spiritual nature that made this universe of flowers and trees and the wind and the beautiful sunrises and sunsets, but you're not gonna allow the people who come to worship to sing. Like the second I was like, I felt there was like a resonance that I entered into when I was listening to some rock song when I was walking around, and I was like, I felt it so cleanly in like my gut. It wasn't even me thinking and saying it up to myself. It was just like this like body knowledge, like you, because it was like I literally like in my mind like I remember like a knowing that I had while I was at church, but I had to suppress it because I'm like I was like deep in like trying to be religious, and it was like my body memory like it was like just like making a note to itself. It wasn't even like I was trying to convince myself. It was like my body memory was making a note to itself, saying like just like thinking like, oh yeah, this is when I knew that like Orthodox Christianity is bullshit because they don't allow their parishioners to sing. You feel me? I was like, how do you not sing but you're gonna worship God? That's some crazy ass shit. I'm like, I'm listening to rock music, sweetie. And I was like, this music is more like the vibe of like what you would consider to be like worship state of mind than like church shit that I've known. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And like you don't have to know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but I felt it and I was like, oh my god, I haven't felt spiritually fed in such a long time. Like, because the sensibility and the like rock music is like really deeply, it's like the deepest level of human feeling and heart sincerity, truth, and aliveness is found in rock music. Like, if you want to go into the place where there's no posturing, or because if you're like, I don't know how to explain this. If you're like straight up just angry and like yelling about the system and like taking down, like, like if you're just commenting on like bad things that are happening in society, that's fine and dandy, but you're not processing your emotions. And rock music actually like takes you into this place of like solitary, like individual deep feeling like in the details and the like extreme resonance with the truth, like it there's like it's pure emotional like truth telling because most people run away from their emotions. I don't know, I've never understood that because I'm just like that makes no sense to me because I'm not that kind of nature or spirit or consciousness. And like maybe that's part of like my benefit that I could give to the world where it's like to me this is like I can't breathe if I can't like talk about the truth or like feel the truth. Like I don't get it. And maybe you guys by the billions don't know how to do that. So like I'm here to like keep some kind of balance in the universe of human reality because you fuckers are so fucking devoted to constantly running away from yourselves. It makes me feel like you're half dead the second you're born. Like, I don't understand you guys, you know? And like rock music goes into that like place of like that's what it is. Like albums are like that. And I was just walking around, I was like, I forgot that I'm romantic. Like I'm a romantic, not in the sense of like affection, but in the sense of like I like wrote to AI and I was like, I'm gonna say something to you right now and I hope you understand what I mean. And AI was like, yeah, I totally get what you mean. Like you mean like deeply soulful and sensing things in like a with like a deep beauty and like a sense of drama, but not drama like um, turmoil and gossip, not like that. Drama in the sense of like theater, like true like the theatrical intellect, or like I don't know what to call it, like the like drama, like thespian feeling, but not for ego or for show or for like something cheap and like hollow, like drama in the sense of like it's like a sense, it's like an instinct, and it's always weird. So I was like, I'm an artist, like I just forgot, like, because I never became one in like a career sense, and then like everything just kept piling on top of me, and I completely forgot like, oh, like my nature, like I'm never gonna be all right if I don't have a sense of like because it's not like a performance. It's like who I am is an artist. It's like I can't, because I was walking around and I was singing rock songs. I was singing "I'm the Fire" by Hailstorm. I was singing AFI, like a bunch of AFI songs. I was listening and like humming, like, like vocalizing too, like Marilyn Manson songs, because most of his songs I can't like sing with him because our voices are like not the same. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Uh, I like was vibing with like The Pretender by the Foo Fighters. I definitely can't sing it, but like I was vocalizing, like doing a little bit of my own, like singing along with it. Uh, you know, and just like that vibe of like I don't know what to call it. Like it's that performance, like just like gesticulating, but it's like a natural like because I was singing and I was walking and people were kind of like totally like freaked out at times, and I wasn't being crazy. Like I'm just walking on the street and I'm just like singing to myself. I'm like, in the States, black people do that all the time. Like I've seen so many black people just like walking on the street and just like rapping along or like singing something or like and just like kind of like doing like hand motions and vibing. And I was doing that today. And in this society, bitch, nobody fucking does that, okay, motherfucker? They're just super white and they don't do that. They're super white. And today I felt how super white they are. And I felt how I didn't have to care about that. I felt that I'm like, we have nothing to do with each other. Like, and whenever like some of them were kind of like trying to like, I felt like one or two of them, one woman specifically was like trying to like dominate the space because she was walking behind me and I was strolling. I wasn't like rushing somewhere because I went for a walk, like an art walk, a soul walk for myself with the world. And one thing I'll say, because the video might end soon as far as the time on the phone, but I realized today that it's like the world is not just a container and we go out into the world and we're just like these like game characters walking around. The world is something that happens when an individual person multiplies themselves times the world. And if you don't do that, you will feel like the world is empty and has nothing to do with you, and everything feels hollow and bad. And you'll start to feel like people are encroaching upon you, and you'll start to feel like everything's uncomfortable, and you'll start to feel like you want to go home and just isolate and shut the fuck down and just like do nothing and never go outside, or go outside as little as possible. And today when I walk outside, I'm like, the world is dead unless I multiply myself times the world. Like, this is like a Einstein's relativity concept or like a Buddhist interconnectedness concept where it's like the cause of an event is like two sources. It's like the world and me times. It's like all these people in the society who are white and who are one culture, they think like they're all kind of like one person, and they are used to shit being the same because that's what the fuck their experience is. But I'm completely different. And so when they go outside, they times themselves times the world, but the world is already reflecting them. I go outside and the world is not reflecting me, and they're not letting me be part of their world. So I'm like this like person who's basically like I was talking to AI about this, and AI just like fucking nailed it in the way they said it. They were like, yeah, it's basically like they're allowing you to exist conditionally in the world. And today you sense that you don't need their permission. You can just like when you multiply yourself times the world will give you like your own lane to be in. Because when I went outside and I was listening to Aerials by System of a Down, I was like in the correct like resonance with myself, and it literally felt like I went outside and I felt an energy track, like a monorail with my name on it in the world, and I was just following it. And people around me were just passing by me. They were passing through my atmosphere, and I was just doing my best to just like keep my connection to that rail, to that like energy track that I was sensing, and just like not paying attention to them, and it really worked. So the woman who was walking behind me, she like showed up out of nowhere because she was kind of like walking faster, and she was just walking and I was just singing. And I think some of the people, I felt them be like, if I show up and she'll see me, she won't be singing because she'll be embarrassed or like shy. And I'm like, why should I be? I'm just singing. I'm not like screaming at people. I'm just singing. Like I'm just audible. Like, what's the problem? Ain't no problem. I'm in the world. I'm not like in your backyard. The fuck, you feel me? And so then like she like walked up ahead of me, and I'm like, I'm just strolling. I don't need to match your pace. I don't need to be doing anything with anybody. It's just me and the world having a vibe. Like I'm alive. This world doesn't belong to you, as if to the exclusion of me. You and I have nothing to do with you and I have nothing to do with each other. And then she got on her phone and made a phone call, and it felt to me like she was trying to like wash out my presence by her like creating like voice now. I don't know how to explain it because I really wasn't like in a combative vibe. It just felt like that was like the thing that I felt her thinking. And I was like, whatever, people are like this all the time in this fucking society. And but the first time in my life in this society, I felt like I didn't care. Like I'm gonna keep singing. Like it's not even like a difficult thing. Like I'm minding my business. And so she got on the phone call and she was walking up ahead of me, but I just kept singing, and I literally heard her like she literally stopped the phone call and just stopped walking. And I was like, are you an NPC? Like, placed here by the monoculture, by the Matrix, to try to, like, stop me from, like, exercising my freedom to exist and, like, exist happily and according to my own resonance in harmony with myself? Because honestly, like, if somebody were to watch this and, like, describe it that way, it would fit the picture. This is fucking weird. But I was like, I don't know. It might be that, it might not be that. I'm just singing my songs because I feel so good being alive in the world. And so then I just kept singing, you know, and I'm going at my own pace. I'm not like trying to like rush ahead of her, so I'm comfortable singing. I'm like, I'll sing next to you while we're walking. I don't give a crap. It's not combative. I'm just existing. It doesn't matter. When you guys are on your phones talking loudly, being all fucking in my fucking space, I don't think anything of it because, oh, you're on your phone and it's a socially acceptable thing to be doing. It's the same fucking thing. You are making noise with your voice cords. I can be making noise with my voice cords. And so then I just kept singing, and she like wasn't on the phone call anymore. The phone call lasted like 10 seconds. I don't know, it was weird. And then she's like, I was like next to her because she stopped, you know, walking. And I was like, I feel like this is like a race, weirdly. I feel like this is a symbolic thing the Matrix or the monoculture just like put me into, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm just gonna mind my business. So then like I'm walking, I'm singing, we're like next to each other. I'm just walking at my own pace. She starts to walk up a little bit. I still keep singing, and then she literally stops as if she can't keep walking forward. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like I'm just gonna like I'm passing by her now, and she's just